And welcome back to On
back.
Good Terms. I'm Eric.
And I'm Elise.
And we are On Good Terms. It's been a while.
Yeah, we took
It's
a break.
been a whole week.
Because we didn't fucking feel like it.
Yeah,
all right?
well, Elise is out of town. She got back like Sunday, and that's like the day we drop.
And I truly didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like it. Sorry.
And hey, that's okay. And we're going to be taking this is the season finale.
Yeah, this is
because Elise is going to
the Holy
Land. Whatever the opposite of the Holy Land is.
Which of these is my level? One?
The one.
All right, that's perfect.
For the foreseeable future until September. So I'll be doing some, maybe some solo dolo episodes. And by the way, if anyone wants to call in for one, please be my guest.
Oh, yeah, or show up.
And or just show up. Or maybe I'll put something out on the Instagram, like submit questions, something for me to talk about. 'Cause I don't know.
Or you could FaceTime me and I could have a really shitty audio into the...
Yeah, and then I'll just hang up a few minutes in because I'll get frustrated. But maybe I was thinking of doing like a really comprehensive, something that like a research podcast like Behind the Bastards, last podcast.
Oh, you absolutely should. You're also capable.
Yeah, but without actually researching it and just talk out of my ass for an hour about a subject I'm not familiar with.
I honestly...
drunk history, but all the history's false.
But instead of drunk being the inhibitor is that you just don't know anything. It's drunk history, but you are drunk. You just don't know any history.
Yeah, it's just drunk, fake history. I was trying to FAUX. Faux. That's what I meant. Faux history.
Hey, you were close. Well, history is in the eye of the beholder, isn't it?
Yeah, facts are subjective.
It's true. Narratives are subjective.
Speaking of which, should we get into the monologue? I got quite a few jokes here.
Please.
Lizzo has come under fire for fat-shaming her backup dancers and even making them eat bananas out of strippers' assholes. While this is disgusting behavior, you have to commend Lizzo for encouraging them to eat a healthy diet.
Absolutely not.
It could have been chocolate bars. I got another Lizzo one. Lizzo is facing backlash for... Slow news week. Lizzo's facing backlash.
There was a lot going on in pop culture and in the news.
It's all Lizzo shit. She takes up a lot of that space. And others. Lizzo is facing backlash for allegedly fat-shaming and harassing her backup dancers. This is the worst thing to happen to Lizzo fans since Burger King made the Triple Whopper more expensive.
You literally have to go see a fucking dietitian today.
Because I'm the opposite of fat.
You are unhealthily skinny.
I won't be offended by any underweight
it's
jokes.
True. I guess it's true. It's just glass houses.
If Pete Davidson gets canceled or something, I'll make some jokes about that. Or who else is skinny? Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
Zendaya, she's super skinny. Ariana Grande, she's definitely underweight.
Yeah, and have you not seen anything about Ariana Grande?
I that's not something I'd like to make fun of. That's serious. Her having a new boyfriend. That's not a joking matter.
Oh, but Lizzo is?
Yes.
Why? I think we should talk about the Ariana thing, because
we can talk about that after I finish my monologue.
After you finish
I got plenty
your fat
of jokes left. Those were all the fat jokes.
Thank you. Very original. Keep going.
Elon Musk made the controversial move of changing Twitter's name to X. Personally, I think it's cool to name your company after the extra chromosome you have.
That's funny.
A Pitchfork review of Travis Scott's latest album slammed him for not acknowledging his concert tragedy, which left 10 fans dead.
He totally did acknowledge it.
I don't think he did in the whole album.
Like, they say, I'm the devil, ba-ba, ba-zaba. He said something
but I
like
killed
that.
10 people. I think that was a good move on his part, though, not to acknowledge it, because we all saw what happened to King Von after he rapped about his murder victims. He got killed. Barack Obama's personal chef died from drowning in Cape Cod
Holy shit, I didn't know
this past week. Yeah, and that led to a lot of conspiracies flooding the internet about the chef being Obama's secret gay lover that he killed. Believe me, if Obama was gay, he would have a Netflix show about it by now.
That was good.
Donald Trump railed against the Department of Justice after they delivered his indictment for election interference, saying that the deep state is out to get him. I don't necessarily think that's true. If the deep state really wanted to get rid of him, they would have killed him like they did Obama's chef.
Okay. I like the callback.
Damar Hamlin, the Bills player who had a heart attack on the field last season, was seen on video at Bills training camp taking a huge hit after an interception. Even though it was a pretty big tackle, that's far from the most disastrous shot he's ever taken.
What did he do?
That was a COVID vaccine joke. Oh. He had the heart attack on the field, and everyone's like, oh, it's a vaccine.
Oh, my bad. I thought maybe he shot somebody.
No.
Okay. Sorry.
An awkward interaction was caught on camera as Ron DeSantis commented on a child's slushie being too sugary. You'd think he would have taken more offense to it being too fruity instead.
Mm-hmm.
That was my monologue.
Hey, that was pretty good.
Thanks. It took like half a day to come up with those.
Yeah. I think Lizzo did it.
She definitely, I mean, people, like, there were enough people coming forward. It wasn't just one person
I feel
saying
like,
that.
It's just annoying that it's like
it's
fucking...
always those people, though, who are like most outspoken
who
about
are
that
always,
shit.
I know. It's just so fucking annoying because now the focus is like, well, Lizzo, and it's like, Lizzo, imagine being so fat that fatty McFatty Lizzo fat shamed you. And that's the joke. And I'm like, you're participating in the behavior that you're criticizing her for. Like, you... Like, it, I don't know. I think she's a fucking, like, bitch. I totally believe everything that the girlie said. But it's also everyone's, like, pointing, you know what I mean? Like, no one's listening to the actual issue. They're like, and that's why you don't trust a big, fat liberal, huh?
It would be like if Dylan Mulvaney committed hate crimes against trans people.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're hurting your own community
and
everyone's like, see, it's the community, and it's like, you fuckers,
it's the woke fats.
And yeah, exactly, like, you fuckers, go back to Meghan Trainor. Did you see what happened with Arianka?
Can we bring something up? I want to touch on that Meghan Trainor thing. I've seen people being like, yes, go back to Meghan Trainor now. The original, like, Meghan Trainor is not fat. I mean, Lizzo was fat as shit. Like, she was like morbidly obese. Meghan Trainor is just like a tiny bit chunky, like, she doesn't seem fat.
Well,
like,
of course, like,
we need a real fat fucker to take that spot.
Well, yeah, of course, because then
like
that
Stavros.
would be actual, like, you know, that would be actual representation. But girls who are not fat have been like, this is not a new narrative to be like, Meghan Trainor is the fucking, she's plus size representation, because like that is the fattest bitch they'll let in the doors of Hollywood. Like, I mean, people said Jennifer Lawrence was fat. Like, the people, if you go,
who's the actual Melissa McCarthy?
Who's the actual only fat person in Hollywood?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like the niche fat people that only play funny. Rebel Wilson.
I mean, Jonah Wilson before he rebranded.
Jonah Hill, you mean?
Yeah. Whatever I said before he rebranded as a surfer douche.
He's weird and skinny now.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't.
Seth Rogen, kind of.
It doesn't fucking matter. Like, you know.
Brendan Fraser. The whale.
I guess.
He was so fat they named an animal after him.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think it's fucking
That's
stupid.
why you should never speak out about anything.
Having Meghan be like, having people be like, oh, but she's not even fat. It's like, but that is what people consider fat. Like, we consider normal and healthy, like fucking, like Victoria's Secret. Like, regular sized people are like, in modeling worlds and in fashion worlds, and those things are considered, you know, tale as old as time.
Yeah, I do feel like that's starting to change, though, because now in every, like, underwear commercial, it's just some, like, obese person next to, like, a super skinny person. It's like, look, we got both.
Yeah. I mean, especially when those, like, campaigns like that, it's just so, I don't know. I mean, good for them. Good for them booking jobs and, you know, forcing representation through, like, corporate, like, disingenuity.
Here's some bullshit. They're remaking Snow White without they're not doing the dwarfs. Like the 7 dwarfs, they're not going to be dwarfs. They're going to be normal sized people. And it's an attempt to be kind of like, I don't know what. But
I mean, I'm also not a fucking, I'm not a soldier in this culture war. Like,
no, I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying that's really stupid because they're trying to be like, oh, like, they don't need to be dwarfs. They can be anything. But it's like, you just put 7 dwarf actors out of a job.
I was just saying also the thing where it's like, oh, we're woke now, so they won't be dwarfs, they'll be regular people. It's like, there's nothing inherently wrong with being a dwarf. There wouldn't have been, you decided that it was it's like you decided it was politically incorrect to be a dwarf. There's nothing wrong with that. You're just assuming that there's no way for it not to be like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's just because the guy from Game of Thrones like spoke out about some shit like that. And
because it's true. Like, that shit is true.
Well,
but this is a legitimate, like...
Yeah, he was like, well, it's offensive to have all the dwarfs playing them. It's like, well, you can say that because you made it. You're the most popular dwarf actor ever. Yeah. Like, there's 7 dwarf actors who are pissed as shit right now because they could have had a chance to be one of Snow White's little slaves.
Yeah, all right. Well, I mean, like... Yeah, exactly. But there's a way to do it in a way where you don't...
Sexy little slaves.
Sexy little mans with sexy little gnomes.
Sexy little grumpy dwarfs.
Those sexy little grumpy gnomes.
Grumpy, sleepy.
Take me in, you fuckers.
Horny. Or those were the dwarfs, right?
It was grumpy, horny, goopy.
Ill.
Unwell. Hungry.
Fat.
No. I won't even do that one.
No fat. All right.
No, because sometimes like I don't know. I don't like those kind of jokes.
Don't listen to any of the episodes that I do when you're away.
No, I won't. You're gonna give me a fucking brain aneurysm.
I'm gonna everything that I've been censored.
You misrepresent me and you misrepresent yourself.
No, because you always fire back whenever I say something offensive. So I'm just misrepresenting myself.
You don't have the fucking like. You know, like if this is all people hear from you, they're going to think you're a fucking horrible, asshole, terrible person. And this is what...
I might be.
Well, you are and you aren't.
I might be.
You're not fucking like Mother Teresa, but I don't think you're a bad person.
All right, on a scale of Mother Teresa to Barack Obama. Or what's an equal? Hitler. Where am I?
On a scale of 1 to 10. I mean, you shouldn't. I mean, who the fuck am I to judge?
No, you're not one. That's okay.
Who between us was told they were going to hell by an expert?
Okay, that's just because I don't believe in God.
Yeah, true.
That wasn't an indictment of my character. Yeah, we're going to hell for different reasons.
Yeah.
I'm going to hell because of my hatred for gay people.
But you don't believe in hell.
No.
Do you?
I don't, but I'm cautious. I'm trepidatious.
Yeah.
I'm worried that I might say a quick little prayer before I go. That's on
absolutely.
My deathbed.
Have there been any times where you were so scared that you prayed to God? Because I have.
No.
You've never prayed to God for real?
I've never been that scared.
Damn.
I wouldn't put it past me, but I've never been in fear of my life or anything. When were you in fear of your life?
Well, this is a little ironic. I've done it a few times. One was actually very recently. I had a panic attack. Well, this is a separate thing. I'll just share it quickly. But I was talking to my brother because he has panic attacks and he has anxiety. But what he was telling me was that he gets these panic attacks and he doesn't know like the root of any anxiety. He doesn't have anxious thoughts. He
all
just
that
gets
weed he's smoking.
Yeah, exactly. But
or deli meats he's eating.
But I had a panic attack and I didn't realize it was a panic attack because I didn't have a script in my head being like alerting me that I was freaking out. And so I thought I was just dying. Like I thought I was just like I thought I was just gonna die to the world. I was vooping left and right, like I couldn't move. And
you were what?
Vooping. So vooping is when you are vomiting and pooping at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Vooping.
Okay.
But then I was on the floor and I was like sweating on the floor and I was like, God, on the slight chance I was wrong, like my fucking bad, bro. Like
was this when you had like a stomach bug, like food poisoning?
No, this is when I was in Ohio, which probably was my first mistake.
Okay, yeah, never go there.
Yeah, never go.
I mean,
there.
that's God's country, so that if you're gonna pray to God, do it in Ohio.
Yeah, and then the other time it was like I don't know, fucking. I was in high school and I went to DC Pride. And I was having my thing.
Yeah, good luck having your prayers work there. Bunch of fucking sinners.
Well, that's what fucking happened. I was at Pride and I was having a blast. I was with my girly, Tina. Love that bitch. And we were having the time of our life. And then all of a sudden, I was just in a crowd and I was drinking. I was having a blast. And I turned to my left and it was like a fucking stampede, like out of fucking like Lion King. And everyone's like screaming and running because they heard like gunshots. And I was like, oh shit. Because if there was going to be a mass shooting, DC Pride is like optimum time.
Prime, yeah.
And everyone was
Prime.
like, everyone was like screaming and running, and like the music stopped, and like 100 people ran into this restaurant next to like that was right there, and like was hiding under the window. It was like this whole fucking thing, and I was.
If there's an active shooter, and I owned a restaurant, and people are trying to hide in there, I'd make them buy something.
Well, we didn't buy anything, but we ran in the bathroom, and like it was like 6 of us. We were like in the bathroom, like sitting there, and I was like, "Holy fuck! Like, am I actually gonna die in a mass shooting? That's crazy. I'm just a girl." And I was like, "All right, God, if you're real, don't let this be a mass shooting." And it wasn't. It was like a gun miss. It was like someone had a gun. I don't even fucking
And just
remember the
misfire.
details.
It's probably one of the fucking cops' sig
But like
sours.
we heard gunshots, and then we heard the sirens, and I turned left, and everyone was running, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna die right now."
That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, but those are the only times where I've been so desperate, where I was like, my bad, I'm sorry I cried before going to Christian school. I just hated it so much. Like, do you think on that note, do you think like I was talking about this with some of my girly pops. Do you think like any being raised in like in your religion like affected your OCD at all?
No.
Oh. Well, in Catholicism, in which I was raised, there's like I think it really set me up for my specific OCD rules because of just how they like teach you things. They're like, yeah, you sin and then you're dirty and you have to confess and you have to be cleansed and then you're clean and good and then you'll be good.
That makes sense.
Like hearing that as a kid with my stupid fucking brain, I was like, oh, duh. Like, oh yeah, like you do bad things then you're dirty. And you have to suffer to be clean. And like hearing the like Catholic suffering is salvation is like what set me up for the rest of my life. And that's why I am
That's
the way I am.
I'm sure that it would have affected me in the same way if I grew up like that, but the Jews don't give a fuck.
No, yeah, well, the Jews don't have hell.
No, we don't.
Well, because they
that's one of the best
experienced
parts
hell
of
on
Judaism.
earth. So,
Yeah,
you know.
I'd say so. Do you see Giuliani's thing about the...
Oh, absolutely I fucking did. Absolutely I did. Fucking insane.
Let me pull it up real quick.
Pull
so I
it
can
up
read
because
it.
it's life is crazy.
Let's see. Oh, it's in Haaretz magazine. Of course it is. Let's find the he was like shitting on Passover, which like I get. Passover sucks.
But it's also like the fuck. I mean all of it is just fucking ridiculous. And of course like anytime I see, I mean, you know, coming from like where I came from, like I'm like always like so fucking in the most naive way possible shocked by any anti-Semitism. So I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Like, I didn't realize anyone actually like meant this. Like, this was so long ago, you fucking fools.
So in these leaked Giuliani texts, that was far from the craziest thing.
Oh,
he's like the weirdest sexter in the world.
Yeah.
Like here's a little
Let's role play.
Here's a little
You're
snip.
Rudy Giuliani and I'm the girl.
Come here, big tits. Come here, big tits. Your tits belong to me. Give them to me. I want to claim my tits. I want to claim my tits. I want to claim my tits. These
Yes.
are my tits.
Okay.
Mine. Mine. Here it is. Oh, the breasts belong to me, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's get to the...
You're my sex slave.
Let's get to the Jew stuff here. Jews, they want to go through that freaking Passover all the time. Man, oh man. Get over the Passover. It was like 3,000 years ago. Okay. The Red Sea...
That could be a fucking Larry David line.
Okay, he could be. Okay, the Red Sea parted. Big deal. Not the first time that happened. When else has the Red Sea parted? Not saying it did, but when...
I don't fucking know.
I do agree. We need to get over Passover. Passover sucks. We weren't slaves to the Pharaoh. That is totally fucking bullshit. Maybe that will be what my history is about.
Passover kind of seems like a nice holiday.
Passover is cool. I like the Seder and shit. The only thing about it, and my family observed Passover, was you couldn't eat anything like grain, bread for 7 days.
Is that hard for you? You eat like a fucking 1 grain of rice and then you hold your belly for the rest of the day.
Yeah, but don't skinny shame me.
Yeah.
Well, it's bagels, sandwiches,
Yeah,
cereal,
true. True.
literal, like so many things have like grains of bread, rice.
Yeah.
So yeah, Passover sucks. So I'm with Rudy J there, and I feel that every
You're with
Passover,
Rudy J.
Rudy G, every Passover, when my mom makes us do the Seder, 'cause she's the only one who actually cares, I do feel the need to point out that that it didn't actually happen.
I know, but I also sometimes it's like, okay, just preserve the tradition, even if it...
Tradition, to quote Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah, exactly. Like, sometimes it's like, all right.
Oh, I watched the opening scene of Inglourious Bastards again the other day. It's like my favorite scene ever.
Yeah.
Are you hiding enemies of the state?
That scene stresses me out.
Are they underneath the floorboards? It's like 20 minutes of like very
what
little
would you do
talking.
in that situation?
If I were the dude,
No. Of
I'd be
course
like,
not.
yeah, they're right there.
No, if you were trapped, yeah.
I'd probably do what Shoshana did, just try to fucking run. Au revoir, Shoshana. And I'd burn them all down in a theater afterwards, except I'd be too scared. I'd probably kill them. Any stressful situation, I'm offing myself.
I'm offing myself.
Easy. I mean, that's why
Absolutely.
I fucking got that thing, because I
honestly
was like,
feel like that's why I live without fear now, because I'm like, I will off myself. Like,
yeah, but how are you going to off yourself? Say like there's a nuclear apocalypse coming. It's like, all right, shit's happening. How are you going to kill yourself?
Well, it depends. I mean, it depends on the situation and what I know and what the timeline
say
is.
you know a nuclear bomb is going to drop in the next 20 minutes, and it'll...
In the next 20 minutes?
And it'll create like hell on earth. What's the plan there?
So the plan there, if it was like 20 minutes, I would stay till the end. I would I wouldn't kill myself. I would...
And get like burned alive or like...
Yes, because...
severe radiation.
Because knowing
see
myself,
everyone around you die.
I'm such a fucking pussy. Like, if you said to me... If you also
so
were
you
like...
wouldn't kill yourself?
I would kill myself if it was like... It depends on the situation. Like, the threat has to be visible. Like, if...
Like what?
Not like... fuck, let me see. If the world was ending in like a week to prepare... I probably would kill myself. 20 minutes, I probably just wouldn't believe you, and I would go into such a state of shock.
Okay, say a week though. How are you going to kill yourself?
Well, so
it's not as easy as some may think.
And you know what? I'll tell you, it's not as easy, and that's what I really set myself up for a life of not knowing how to kill myself. And by doing that, I've never learned how to swallow pills, because that is, of course, my go-to. It's the easiest way.
You get like super sick for a while, and sometimes like I was in the fucking mental ward with a kid who swallowed a bunch of pills and didn't take. Another kid who fucking jammed a fork in an outlet, didn't take.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It didn't take. I would obviously like do enough for it to take.
What pills are you going to take where you just die?
Exactly. It's off the table, so I can't swallow pills, and it's off the table for a goddamn reason.
Okay,
like I'm just not even setting myself up.
So how are you doing it then?
20 minutes driving to your house, taking your gun. Probably not. I don't know what I would do. I don't know. Can I just drink bleach? But I can't even take a shot of vodka.
Yeah, you're screwed. You have no good way to kill yourself.
That is why I'm alive to this day. I mean, I'm a pussy.
The moment I decided to buy a gun was when, remember, I went through that phase where I was terrified of nuclear warfare.
Yeah.
During like the origins of the Ukraine conflict.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, if something does happen, like I don't want to have to like sit through it, so I want to be able to like easily kill myself. So.
But that's the problem. If it's
too
easy, then like my like OCD like intrusive is like one time I had to emergency stay at it. Well, actually, I won't even like get into it. I also have always believed that I will die via missile fire because I've had these reoccurring.
Well, once you go to fucking Palestine, maybe.
Well, I've had this reoccurring nightmare since I was a kid. That like. I've just had this recurring dream that I die from missiles coming from the sky, and each time it's so scary, and I'm always with somebody I love and they die first.
That's shitty. I mean, missile, that shit's really, because you don't have time to do anything about that.
And also dreams store in your head like memories do. Like I remember the first time it happened, the missiles were firing and I was outside the minivan with my dad, and I have a clear, as if it's a memory, I have a memory of a dream where he was shot up, and I have more memories where everyone in my family, I watched them burn a lot. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, those are my, like, home invasion dreams.
Exactly. Like, I'm big on, like, from somewhere else that I couldn't have even foreseen at any second without my knowledge a missile is coming. And I do think I will die via missile fire.
All right. Well,
I hope not, but...
We'll see.
But I do have this sense.
Stick with me. I'll be able to kill you before it happens.
Honestly, I think Wait, hello, genius idea. I would come to your house and have you kill me.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you can get over here in time, yeah. If you can like
Yeah,
preemptively know the
But
missiles
I
are
honestly,
coming.
I would probably sit with Sydney and Emmy, my two best friends in the world, and I would like sit with them in our room, and we would probably all sit in like a triangle and shoot each other at the same time. That's
like
something we
Reservoir Dogs.
would. Yeah, we would. I
A
think like
Mexican standoff.
I think if it was like if they were like you have 20 minutes, but then I would also be like, what if it's like that time in maybe I'm misremembering. Wasn't Hawaii?
Yeah, Hawaii got the
What if I
alert,
kill myself
yeah.
for no reason? I would wait till the last second, and then I would.
Yeah,
be
no,
like,
I'd have to be 100% certain and shit.
Yeah. Like I would need to see the.
Yeah,
like coming from the
and then I-
sky
yeah,
to
then I'd do
really
it.
like to really commit.
I agree.
But
To
I'm
s-
certainly not afraid.
To switch gears a little bit here, you want to hear about a funny story that happened to me yesterday?
Oh, I would love to.
I was at this girl's house, the girl I've been seeing, um,
Oh, gee.
for the last time, and
Oh no. Aww. Boo.
and we're hanging out at her house, and she's like, "My roommate's dad just died." He was like paralyzed all his life from like an accident. He was like
I'm
severely
laughing
ill, but
'cause
he was
I
also
would
like a
crumble if I heard that.
well, he was also
Ugh.
like a bad dad, apparently, like kind of
Oh,
abusive.
what
like
a complicated moral dilemma.
exactly, but
Mourning someone that you didn't like.
I was
but
like,
you
oh,
loved.
yes, exactly. So I was like, ah, fuck, that's like fucked or whatever. I don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
that's
And then
that's horrible.
she was like, yeah, but she's like with her boyfriend, so like she won't be here. I was like, all right.
Well,
And then she
why
fucking
would she even tell you?
and then she walks in with her boyfriend.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my fucking god. And
What-
this girl's like turning to me. She's like, what do I like? We're hanging out. She goes into her room with her boyfriend, and she's like, what do I do? Do I like go in there? And I said to her,
Well, first of all, I would never ask you for advice, and then
well, here's what I said. I said, you don't know me. You shouldn't be asking me these types of things. This is our third date. I literally said, you don't know me. And
because
she was
you
like,
don't give good advice in that situation.
yeah, and she was like, oh, okay. And she ended up going in there. I was just fucking sitting there waiting for like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
But
so they're waiting for
I
15
think the
minutes
bigger
while
I think the bigger travesty is this girl walked in and she said hi to me and her boyfriend didn't acknowledge me. And as the two like men in like a situation like that, you gotta shake my hand. Why didn't you shake my hand? You didn't even acknowledge me.
He didn't say hi. Did you say hi to him?
I didn't really see him, but she said hi to me, and you'd think he'd walk over and introduce himself and shake my hand.
I don't know because I've never been treated like that. So why? I don't know.
I've never been shaded on a handshake like that, so I was fucking pissed off. So I barged in there.
I get that though. I've oftentimes like tried to form a girl alliance and haven't been able to.
Yeah, like there's a guy alliance thing too. in the same vein.
The equivalent.
Yeah, exactly.
I do
But I was
get
all fucking
very
pissed about
I
that.
get very distraught when I can't form a girl. Well,
I
you've
know,
watched me.
I've watched you that at my house with
don't
Meat and
Yeah.
his girlfriend.
Yeah. And that thing actually, Erica's actually this is pretty embarrassing because you've seen me get very distraught over like nothing bums me out. I mean, this is the gay in me, but like nothing bums me out more when I can't because as much like I am a girl's girl. Like if I can't form a girl alliance, I'm very distraught.
No, listen, I'm the same way with guys. I don't encounter that many scenarios, but like if it's like two girls
If it's
and like
two
the guys,
girls in
like
a room, like I would hope to God that we have an alliance, and if we don't, I'm crushed.
yeah, I remember.
So I get it.
Yeah,
I've had
yeah.
a few different girl alliance fails, and I try my goddamn hardest. And alas,
Well, I got to break up with this girl.
I just like if somebody ever spoke about me the way you spoke so casually and indifferently about.
I feel bad. There's just how I speak.
No, I know.
I feel like a real piece of shit. But it's not gonna. She's fine. It's
No,
just
I know.
it's not gonna last, and I feel like date three's like the cutoff for like, okay, this was casual
Yeah,
dating.
that's
I'm cutting it
true.
off.
It's like
Date
dates-
5 is when they start to be like, what is this? You know?
How come it's only they ever saying what is it and not ever you?
No, I don't even mean the other. I'm
agree.
not confident enough
After
to say
date
that.
5, you
But
probably
either
should.
party, yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Date 5's kind of like the what is
That
this
was
type thing.
just like us. I was just like that.
Yeah, well, neither one of us said anything though. You just like left for school and you're like, well,
Well, that's not. Well, I'm not gonna bring shit up, but it's not how I remember it.
how do you remember it? Bring shit up.
I remember it as we were like, yeah, well, this is clearly a thing. Like, we should continue this.
Oh, was that? I remember where we were. We were by some lodge, right? It was like a men's club.
Yeah.
It was like the moose lodge.
It was the elk like moose lodge or whatever on Treville Road.
Yeah. I remember that exact conversation. I just don't remember how it went down, but I remember like that lodge being
and we were like, okay, well, this is kind
of
like a thing, and like I'm gonna be in Philly and you're gonna be in Jersey, not that far. Like we should continue this. And I was like, a huge relief on my back because at this point I'm in love with Eric, and I already and I have the biggest crush on him. I'm so nervous to ask him if he would want to do long distance. And but he says yes, and he was like, you actually kind of brought it up before I did, which made me very pleased.
See, I do bring these things up.
He brings them up.
I do bring these things up.
What a darling angel. And
when
then,
I'm into it.
Yeah, and then he left for college, and he did not give one single fuck if I texted him. You
want to hear the real reason I wasn't texting you?
And I know the real reason, but you never told me until like 8 months later.
It was Bean Boy.
Wow. I can't believe you threw Bean Boy under the bus.
No, not even that. But after I stopped hanging out with you, I would just spend like all night with Bean Boy, like every day of the week. And I just I like hanging out with Bean Boy so much, I just don't pick up my phone.
No, because you were at college. Bean Boy wasn't there.
No, there was a good few weeks where you went away before I moved up there. And that was when, and then I get to college, I'm living with Matt and Josh and shit and all that. And I was like, is this, but it ended up working out.
Yeah.
For a few years.
But anyway, well, I won't air mine out. I'll tell you later.
What? No, say it.
You stopped responding to me. We went from a complete different, when over the summer when we were both in Maryland, we talked a lot, every day. We talked,
all day, every day.
Every day.
We hung out multiple times a week.
We hung out all the time, and we were doing this whole thing. And I was like, oh, okay, now we're both going away to different colleges. I also had very low self-esteem at the time. I was like, I'm not worth long distance. Nobody would ever do that for me. And I was like, but he brought it up. I didn't bring it up. And you went to college on September 8th. And I went to college after you.
No, I think you definitely went up before me, because there was some time where I was in Maryland, the Bean Boy era, when I was alone in Maryland after you went to college. You went before me. You went before me.
Yeah, a week or two. But the point was, we separated our ways, and you didn't text me back as much. And I'll tell you when it all changed, when you came back to me.
Oh.
Eric didn't give a fuck about what I had to say. I would strategically throughout my day look for things that we had talked about to form an inside joke. And I was reviewing new music to send him a song, because we would send each other songs, and he had listened to so much more music than me, and I would comb through to try to find something he hadn't listened to send him. I was doing all the girl shit, and none of it stuck until the fate day, the beautiful day that I grew up. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do my last resort. And I said,
and it worked.
And I was like, hey, are you into me enough for me to send you nudes? And he was like, yeah. And after that day.
And then we started dating. Long distance for a year.
I fucking put out that I received. It was just shitty timing, knowing now you. But
when I get to a new place and I'm all fucking stimulated, and I'm not on my phone that much. I feel bad though. I obviously feel bad.
Well, yeah, you should. I mean, I know you, and I know you, so I'm not mad about it. But from my perspective,
it worked.
If it worked, and it didn't make me feel great.
I'm very sorry, but hey, it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, no, it all worked out. We have this awesome podcast.
Yeah, yeah, but I how do I end things with it? This is a text breakup. This
after 3 dates, yeah. I think
it's a little more. She's like,
I know, you fucking asshole. I know, but I think I don't know. I don't know what I would want. I feel
so bad.
No, I know. I'm always the break-upper. I'm never I'm never the breakee. Like, I haven't been the breakee since I was 15.
I'm typically the breakee, so I'm not comfortable in this scenario.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys ever call? Do you FaceTime?
Never, no.
Okay, so you're still in text. I don't know. I mean, I prefer text, but I think that's like, I don't know. I think most people prefer in person, but I would not want to see. I would rather receive a breakup text than to have to face that in person.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm gonna do the text. She hasn't like, she's not very like experienced like dating and stuff like that. And
Well,
I'm
she's
like,
a fucking. Also, actually, you're doing her a goddamn favor because this is a gay woman.
yeah, I'm teaching her that she
Like,
shouldn't
she
ever see a
is
guy
a gay
again.
woman. Like, if anything, like, shut her down and just let her like.
Be like, go fulfill your destiny of
Yeah.
becoming a full on.
And honestly, you could probably
Gay
be like,
person.
hey, listen, like, I have actually been broken up with by lesbians many times. Like, I just don't think this is going to work out in the off chance that.
You be like, I wish we could date, but you're gonna break up with me.
Yeah, be like, I just don't want to.
I can't get hurt again.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I can't do that. I gotta put my best foot forward. It's just like I'm one of the very few and first guys, and it's like
No, I know. I mean,
fucking
it's.
thing.
I know. But that's part of.
That's
I
dating.
guess. That's
Not
dating.
my fault. I didn't.
You went on multiple dates. I know. I haven't been on mine because I was like, I'm leaving next week, so I don't want to go. Like, on a, I just didn't feel like it. I also like, I'm not like big on change. I don't really like change in my routine or in my environment,
I feel that.
and that's like happening to me coming up. And so I've
You have to devote your energy to that.
Well, no, I just mean for the past like 3 to 4 weeks, I feel like I've completely exited my body and I'm just waiting for it to be done and me back into a new routine with the memories of this great experience. But I don't actually want to live through it or do any of the things. I just want it to be over and have the memories and have a new routine and be settled already
Gotcha.
and not have to experience anything.
If only. If only.
I know.
But yeah, I got an unfortunate text to send in the next few
I know. That's really rough.
days. Yeah, I feel really fucking horrible.
But I mean, I know.
But it is what it is. It's 3 dates. It's not my fault that she hasn't really been with many people and was
No,
like super
and it's
into
not
me,
even
you
it's
know?
not even her fucking fault. It's not even like it's not your fault that she fucking blows. It's just it didn't work out. It's just two people
Yeah, and
trying and it
she's
didn't work
super
out.
nice. It's just
Yeah, there's nothing wrong
I
with her. She's a nice girl. She's awesome.
I just
but
don't want to go on another. Like the more dates we go on, the worse
the
it
more
is for
serious.
her.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's just
exactly.
like I
if
gotta
you're
do
not
it sooner
interested,
rather than
you
later.
just have to say it.
Yeah, no, I know. I'll
I mean, coming from me, like fuck me.
This-
I can't communicate anything.
yeah,
But
this
that's what I would
weekend,
do.
Probably. Yeah. I just God, whatever. I'll do it, and I'll
Oh
update
no, I know.
you
I mean,
guys
it
on
takes
my.
me like a month to even just like call out of work. Like I can't send a confrontational text to
I
save
know
my life.
it fucking sucks.
Like it's fucking horrible.
Well-
And if I were you, I'd probably just marry her and be miserable.
Great. Yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated on the solo Dolo
wanna hear-
episodes.
No, never mind.
What?
This is just fucking stupid. I was just thinking about this because I don't remember why, but remember, I think that I think Travis Scott and SZA have a secret relationship.
Why do you say that?
Well, I'm glad. you
Isn't Travis
asked.
Scott married to Kylie Jenner?
They're not married. They're broken up, and I think their whole
Oh.
relationship was a PR front.
Probably.
I mean, just like her current 8-month relationship with Timothy Chalamet, who I feel like she's never met, and it's just like,
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
yeah. So they've been broken up for a while, but I mean, because you've heard SZA's most recent album,
Yeah, it's fantastic.
yeah, it's fantastic, and I just feel like SZA talks a lot. She's a very high profile girl, and she's talking about this ex, this boy, causing her problems, and yet publicly she has dated no one, and I know that Kylie Jenner is gay. I know this.
Okay, so what's the deal with Travis?
So I think that Travis and Kylie have a PR relationship so that Kylie can continue to be a billionaire and not be gay and sell her products in all countries with a Kardashian brand, even though she's a fucking Jenner.
Interesting.
And I think, Travis Scott, whatever, he fucking needs, some PR because Astroworld. I mean, that came on like way before that, but not even
So
the
you
point.
think him and SZA are dating? or were
Or
dating.
I think they've had like a fling, some kind of emotional and sexual connection, because the videos that I've seen of them together on stage, you can't deny the chemistry.
I mean, she's on his latest album.
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, and they have all of these collabs together, and they have so much more chemistry than Kylie and him have, even though they are supposedly co-parents. They live separately. Kylie lives with her girl best friend. Anyone who enters their house has to sign an NDA, and she posts pictures. I think she has more pictures of her kissing her girl best friend on her Instagram than the father of her child.
Yeah.
Which I totally get the strategic reasoning for all of this. But I think that she's gay, and I think Travis Scott and SZA had a thing, and I think Kill Bill is about
Travis Scott.
and I think The Weeknd is like, I gotta give it that a bite for The Weeknd.
You think if they broke up though, Travis would have had her on his album?
Well, because they like there are rumors online.
Oh, okay.
This is like not. I'm not the solo like fucking pioneer here on this social media controversy.
All right. Well, this is enthralling.
Yeah. What time are we at? You want to be done?
We're at 41. So
All right.
I think we can call it
First season finale.
from that.
Did
yeah.
you listen to Travis Scott's new album? I haven't.
I listened to a few songs. It's so fucking boring. The
Yeah.
production's so good, but he's such a boring
That's what I
fucking
was saying.
rapper.
Like, it's like he is not the point of the album or any
Like
of
the
his songs.
features are good and shit, but
Drake's
like I'm not
verse is
gonna.
honestly so good it pisses me off.
Yeah, I've never been a Travis Scott fan. I thought his features and production carried, and people were like, "Oh, that's a magic behind him." It's like, no, if it's his album, I want to hear him rap well
I know. Just say it's whoever his
about all the
producer
people he's
is
killed.
and,
It's
like,
Mike Dean's a big one who did the Kanye.
yeah,
Do you see what I texted you? The crazy thing, they were like, "Yeah, Drake sent his
oh yeah, the
vocals in
vocals.
like
yeah.
3 hours before it dropped." It's like, dude, how do you mix that so quickly?
yeah.
like
Templates.
templates. There you go, which I'm using myself now. All right, folks. Well, we'll
Do you have
catch you
anything
next.
interesting to say? Anything else? The season finale. Oh, sorry. It's the season finale. Should we say anything?
I said my piece, Chrissy.
Yeah, me too.
All
I
right.
guess we're okay.
Well, folks, wish Elise best of luck in the Palestinian Holy Land.
Holy
And
Land shared between many peoples.
yes,
But
and wish me the best of luck with my solo podcast. Please feel free to call in or suggest some
Yes.
topics or questions for me to cover.
And I'm off to Palestine, and I will see you all in the fall, where we start season 2 of On Good Terms.
On Good Terms.
Back and better than ever.
Season 2, On Good Terms. On Bad Terms? Question mark?
Question
That's
mark?
what it'll be called. All right, folks. I'll catch you guys later.
All right, you fuckers.
Bye.
Love you. Bye. Mwah.